and welcome to another episode of the WOSHL podcast. This is episode number 9. Great to be back with you guys once again. And if you don't know already, I am the host, Andrew Rogers. That's me. That's my name. For the first time viewers, good to meet you. For the other time people, good to have you back. I mean, what else can you say? No, I'm just joking. But no, honestly, seriously, great to see you. Great to be back with you guys once again for another episode of the WOSHL podcast. Of course, we are sponsored by VMF Sportswear and Apparel. And we are all, lots of great stuff happening in the WOSHL League. And we're really happy to bring another episode to you. For this episode, of course, what we, it's pretty consistent on the podcast every week. You usually get the same format, the same type of deal. The information may change, but the format generally stays the same. And, it works for me, and it's the easiest way to get it done. So hopefully you guys all appreciate it, but definitely a lot of work putting it together. That's for sure. But like I say, it's great to be back with you, and we got a good episode coming up. This week, we have an interview featuring Jamie Petrie. So that's a really, it's always a good time anytime I talk with him. And, when we take it to this platform, it's always a good conversation. So really looking forward to seeing what he has to say on this week's edition. We also have our game recaps for you. So highlight packs from all the way around, and we'll get you caught up on all the action that was from this past week. A lot of good hockey games and some really good highlights from all those games. And like I say, we'll give you our recap as well. Standings update. You'll get league leaders in scoring. You'll get the D-men as well, and you'll get the top goalies in the league as of this point in the season. We'll get the WOSHL 3 stars, the WOSHL power rankings, and get you tuned up for what should be another exciting weekend upcoming. That is week 9 in the WOSHL League. And what a first 8 weeks it's been. It's crazy to think that actually that it's been that we're already at this point in the season. It feels like it just started yesterday. So I don't know about that for you guys, but time is just going way too fast. Okay. I can't handle it. I can't handle all the stress. I'm just kidding. No, but no, we joke around on that because when I talk to Jamie Petrie, I make a joke about stress because, got lots of it. But anyways, let me see. What do I want to start with here? So Jamie Petrie and I, we talk about the Stratford Fighting Irish's game on Saturday against the Petrolia Squires. It's part of our headlines that we want to start off on. There's a lot of good stuff happening in the WOSHL League. Lots of great partnerships and lots of great causes that are being done right now. Hockey Fights Cancer was a big one. Tillsonburg raised over $6,100 in their Hockey Fights Cancer game. Just unbelievable stuff there. Again, stuff that you absolutely love to see. You know what? Kudos to everyone and their hard work and dedication for putting that together, because they, again, tireless work ethic and tireless work that's being put in, long hours, a lot of dedication there. So definitely thank you to all those who help out and contribute to the greater cause that is the WOSHL Hockey and its associations. So Hockey Fights Cancer, that's a big one. So, again, that's huge, and we really appreciate that. So, yeah, so we talked with Jamie Petrie in the podcast today about the Baby Bo benefit game. That's for the Stratford Fighting Irish this upcoming weekend against Petrolia, and this should be a phenomenal contest on the ice, but even better off the ice. I'm just looking for the. Just give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to find the information for Baby Bo, for the Baby Bo game. Just a side note, guys, if you want to check out the WOSHL Hockey or even the podcast Facebook page, I put up a lot of wallpapers, phone wallpapers with all your individual teams. I hope you guys like those. I thought that might be a cool touch. So hopefully you guys, like I say, appreciated that. So yeah, we have the Baby Bo benefit game Saturday, November 25th at the Allman. Petrolia Squires in town to take on the Bentley's Stratford Fighting Irish. So just a little backstory here, and I'll read it here. I also read it in the interview with Jamie. On October 12th, Parker Wembolt and Jamie Rodriguez welcomed the birth of a beautiful baby boy named Bo. Unfortunately, he's been at London Children's Hospital for a few weeks. He's had very low platelet counts and has required blood transfusions, has I'm just looking here. It's hold on. I'm just going to see if I can pull this up so I can read it a bit better, folks. Just give me 1 second here. VSD, it's a hole in the heart. And he has been on constant oxygen in a feeding tube here. Bo was recently diagnosed with a rare genetic condition called Jacobson syndrome. The health impacts are a heart condition, bleeding disorder, and feeding tubes. He may experience delayed speech and motor skills, cognitive impairment, learning difficulties, and an increased likelihood of autism spectrum disorder. Although Jamie and Parker are anxious to get home with Bo to be reunited with their 2 daughters, Nyla and Lily. Nyla is 4, Lily is 3. It comes with some medical challenges, including feeding tubes, oxygen, and monitoring them closely. So this is huge for the Stratford Fighting Irish, first of all. Second of all, just a couple of details here. So $2 from every ticket will be donated. There'll be a baby donation box. Goods requested here are baby wipes, diapers, baby food, and girls' toys. Donation jars will be on site. And there will also be a Stratford Fighting Irish team autographed game-worn jersey online auction. With all the proceeds going to the family, the bids will be accepted only on the Stratford Fighting Irish Facebook page. And I just think this is absolutely phenomenal from the Irish, and great to see the Irish getting in on that and helping out the family of Bo. So just phenomenal stuff, and great to see all around. Back to, like I say, so WOSHL hockey. I think I just want to pull up here. I'm just going to go to the next one. I think there's a bunch of them here, guys, and I apologize, but I wanted to make sure that I got in on all that's happening. And again, you can go to the WOSHL hockey page on Facebook and check that all out. By the way, the Orangeville Blitz are continuing their online auction for special edition food bank jerseys. These jerseys are actually pretty sharp. I think it's just phenomenal. VMF Sportswear did a wonderful job on these jerseys, and there's plenty available there. So check out the Blitz Hockey Facebook page for all the details there. One other, the next item up for bid, I guess, if you will, is the Delhi Flames Hockey Fights Cancer Night will be on Saturday when they host the Thunder. There'll be a 50-50 jersey auction, chuck a puck, proceeds to cancer care in Norfolk County. This is absolutely phenomenal from the Flames, and I love that Hockey Fights Cancer and WOSHL are so integral in the success of everything here. I think it's just great to see. So that's the Delhi Flames Hockey Fights Cancer Night this upcoming Saturday. Also this Saturday in Dunnville, the Dunnville Arrows host the Elora Rocks. It is the Arrows Country Night. This should be fun. It says here this Saturday, the Dunnville Arrows Country Theme Night. So put on the cowboy hat, bolo tie, or any of your best country attire to be entered into our best country outfit contest. The Arrows will be taking on the Elora Rocks in the second of 4 games this season. So, like I say, country night, that's always fun. So I love that. And definitely gonna check in for that. But wonderful stuff. Also, if you look at the WOSHL Hockey Facebook page, the recap of the week from the 519 Sports Online guys are this past Friday's game between the Stratford Fighting Irish and the Elora Rocks. Make sure to check them out. They do great work in terms of being a partner with WOSHL Hockey, and they do great coverage and absolutely phenomenal. They're one of the hardest working people I've ever seen in my whole life. So kudos to them and for all their hard work and continued effort within the WOSHL family. Also on Saturday, so part of the Petrolia Squires Stratford Fighting Irish game, not only is the Baby Bow game, but it's also Mike's bowling game. How this works is that Mike's Bowling Lanes, which I've been to in Stratford, it's a phenomenal place. So on Saturday, the first 50 fans will receive 1 free coupon for 1 free bowling game at Mike's Bowling Lanes. The Irish are also going to be putting on 2 bowling intermission contests and other Mike's Lanes giveaways. Great to see them partner up with Stratford. And, again, I expect big things there from them. The last thing I want to touch on, actually, before we go any further here, and I just want to pull this up because I want to make sure I get the information right. You'll just have to give me 1 second, folks. Here we are, Elora Rocks. So we want to talk about the Elora Rocks, and on Friday they're having quite a game when they host the Tilbury Bluebirds in a first-time matchup between those 2 teams. So this is going to be really cool on Friday as it's the Allura Rocks Team Addy game. These are so cool. So like, you got to check out the Allura Rocks Facebook page here and, check out for more here. But these Team Addy jerseys are absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to be down at the game on Friday night between the Tilbury Bluebirds and the Allura Rocks, and I will hope to get an interview prior to the game just about the information for this. And, it should be a heck of a contest between the Tilbury Bluebirds and Allura Rocks. So that's it really for headlines, guys. We want to jump right from here to your recaps from this past weekend. Quite a absolutely phenomenal hockey games, and we'll take you to those right now.
All right, hockey fans, it is time for hockey here in Tillsonburg. The much improved Delhi Flames come into tonight 3-3, and your Tillsonburg Thunder sitting number 1 in the Western Ontario Super Hockey League with a 6-1 record. Starting up front for the Thunder, Jamie McQueen, Austin Forsyth, and Chris McGuffin. On the back end, it'll be the rookie pairing with 2 youngsters, Kyle Brzezinski and Colton Wyachek, who did a great job down in Petrolia holding their own. This is going to be exciting. We are ready for hockey here at Tillsonburg. Student night is underway. We're ready for puck drop. Let's go Thunder. Puck is dropped and we are underway here at Tillsonburg. Here comes Sheldon Thompson flying into the zone. Backhand pass in front, knocked away. Good defensive play there by the Flames. Kudo has it. Back to the point to Finley. But then that tipped in! What a goal! Sheldon Thompson gets the deflection. Thunder lead early on. Beautiful deflection play from Sheldon Thompson. Thunder strike first. Here come the Flames. In the middle, Wyachek sees it go over his stick. But he's a big, strong defenseman, and he stays right on that puck to his partner, Brzezinski. Brzezinski lays a man out. Big hit there. Now it's played to the middle. Roberts takes it away, looking to spring Kudo. It's high in the air. Kudo's on it. Kudo has Thompson cutting to the net. Kudo in. Shot, save, rebound, score! Sheldon Thompson, his second of the game. Thunder lead 2-0 on a play set up beautifully by a huge hit from Kyle Brzezinski, the rookie. Thunder strike again. 2-0. Include matters though here in the first period. At the end of 20 minutes in, Thunder lead 2-0. Shots on goal 14-9 in favor of Tillsonburg. We'll be right back with second period action here on WOSHL Live, presented by Sportfeed. Flames get their first of the game there. Cut the lead in half. It's 2-1. I apologize, we're having camera issues here in Tillsonburg. We'll get it all figured out, don't worry. Big Andrew Tapsel waits, looking for Wyachek, deflected around, almost went in. And some action again back in the Delhi end, but here come the Flames. Across the line, poked off the stick there by McQueen, and a great block there by Wyachek. He's stung. Wyachek lays down again, blocks another one. Here comes McQueen. McQueen starts the rush with Tapsel. McQueen makes a quick chip play back to himself, spins around. And Brzezinski takes a run at a man. And uh-oh, look out here. In alone, but a great back check by Forsyth, and they're going to call a penalty on the Flames. Late shot there, Brzezinski doesn't like it. Brzezinski drops the mitts. Here we go, we got a Donnybrook. Brzezinski laying the rights. Kyle Brzezinski. Oh my goodness, he's giving it to him. Let's go, Brzezinski. Oh, baby. That's what we like to see. Great tilt here in Tillsonburg. This crowd is on its feet. Blocked away, and that'll end the second period. What a second period it was here in Tillsonburg. You could just feel the energy of this crowd. We had a scrap. Flames responded, got on the board. I cannot wait for the third period here in Tillsonburg. After 40 minutes, the score, your Thunder 2, Flames 1. Shots on goal, 28 for the Thunder, 23 for the Flames. We'll be right back with third period action on WOSHL Live, presented by Sporfy. McQueen across. McGuffin to Hutchison. Hutchison walks in, shoots, score! Spencer Hutchison! Thunder lead 3-1. What a shot from Spencer Hutchison. For Fitzmaurice, it's in his skates. Fitzmaurice fights with a couple Flames. He pokes it into McQueen. Look out. Here comes Jamie McQueen across. Kudo shot. Score! Brandon Kudo! Thunder lead 4-1. What a great play at the line that time. One goal away from Domino's Pizza, baby. Crowd is fired up here in Tillsonburg. Sent in deep. And around the back, here comes Donnelly in the middle. Donnelly fires, scores! Chris Donnelly scores for the Flames. Delhi strikes back. And it's 4-2. Slater has trouble with it. Taken away, wide open man in front, and just out of the reach there. Now a bad bounce. Down low. And the Flames score. Chris Martin. What a weird play that was. A couple really bad bounces. And just like that, it's 4-3. We got ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. 6:52 to go in the third. Delhi back within one goal. And he has made a lot of big stops tonight. There's another one. Flames actually catching up to the Thunder in shots. 36 for the Flames, 38 for the Thunder. Flames have played a great third period. Roberts and Donnelly again. Roberts loses it to Donnelly. Quick shot, Sinclair, score! Flames tie it up. And we are even here in Tillsonburg with 2:34 to go in the contest. Though for McQueen. McQueen gets it in, goes after it. Chipped up in the air, here comes Delhi, they could have numbers, look out. Christo does get back. Last minute here in the third. Puck goes behind the Thunder net. Wyachek takes a big high hit. High, hard hit, that was cheap. And there is a penalty on Delhi. Once again, the Flames can't help themselves, taking runs at Thunder players in a tie game. You got to know the limits here. That was just pointless. That was a dirty hit, and hopefully Wyachek's okay. Wyachek is down and injured. Not a good sign. The Thunder already down to 5 defensemen. And just a dirty play overall. No need for that. Wyachek played the puck up the wall, and can't tell who it was. After 60 minutes of play, the score, Tillsonburg 4, Delhi 4. I do not know if we have a freeze. I do not believe we do. So. All right, we're ready for overtime here in Tillsonburg. McGuffin, McQueen, Thompson, Kudo. I apologize to the fans. Jordan Lee is the goaltender. Clay Donnelly has been getting credit for all these saves tonight, but it's actually Jordan Lee who normally wears number 1. 4 minutes and 7 seconds on the power play for the Thunder. 4 on 3. 2 minutes and 45 seconds in the overtime. Kudo gets it in, chips it up. Thompson can't knock it down, and they'll send it down the ice. Waugh tees it up for McQueen. Thanks, by the way, to Andrew Rogers for letting me know about Jordan Lee. I appreciate you. McQueen cuts in, stops, waits for everything to get set up. Kudo has it go over his stick, spins around to McQueen, to McGuffin. McGuffin walks in, shoots. Score! Score! Chris McGuffin! Thunder win in overtime! What a goal! What a game! Good night, Delhi! We'll see you later! Let's go Thunder!
Our third contest didn't have any video highlights. However, we do have a box score here. It's the Petrolia Squires defeating the Tilbury Bluebirds 4-3. Was the final in this one in regulation. Scoring for the Tilbury Bluebirds in the loss was number 13, Josh Main, with his 7th, Michael McIntyre and Owen Holmes with their 1st. For Ryan Polidori, he lets in 4. He suffers his first defeat of the season. He is now 4-1. For the Petrolia Squires, they improved their overall record to 7-2. Scoring for them, 4 different goal scorers. Craig Wright is 4th, Jack Hackett with his 2nd, Steve Farlow with his 1st, and TJ Harris with his 9th. Backup goalie Sean Parker gets the victory in this one. He improves to 3-0 after allowing 3 against the Bluebirds in this one. Like I said, final score 4-3 Petrolia.
So, as you were mentioning, fans, buckle your seatbelts. We should be in for a good tilt tonight.
We're ready. We are ready for hockey. As mentioned, starting goaltenders for the Stratford Fighting Irish, Zach Weir, number 60, and Tilsonburg's favorite boy, Mr. Matt Sagrot, gets the tilt tonight after Andre Waugh had to start last night. I'm ready for some hockey. How are you feeling, JD? You ready to go?
I'm ready for some hockey.
Let's get her going.
Hockey. You can never have too much hockey. I've been in an arena 6 days this week.
Yep.
Might as well cap it off tonight.
Might as well. Let's go Thunder chants already starting here in the barn. Thunder begin with Kudo, Roberts, and Thompson. We are underway. Really loud.
Yes.
Thompson takes a run there and gets knocked over. I think one thing I'm noticing early on from the Irish is they're trying to almost intimidate the Thunder, show they're more physical, but I feel, JD, the Thunder are more skilled. That's where they got to show them skill can beat physicality. Here's Brandon Kudo across the line. Fires a quick shot, Weir into the glove. No further play. Good stop from the Irish netminder that time. Thunder work it free, but it's come to the point. Looking for the screenshot. Pass across ice, good stick by Fitzmaurice. And now it's into the corner. Abraham finishes his check hard. Back to the point. Shot through traffic, tip just wide. Thunder penalty kill, just about to end. McQueen's out of the box. Shot through traffic, save Sagrot. Forsland takes his man out skillfully there. And Galdar chips it into center ice. McQueen getting first on it. McQueen makes a move. Jamie McQueen to the net. Shoot, save! Weir, and he holds on. Zach Weir. I don't even know why they have Darren Smith on their team, because every time I've seen Zach Weir play, he is a dominant goaltender. Across Thompson. Thompson waits. McQueen. Kudo, but it was blocked aside. Thompson. Barletta. No Thunder player in front of the net. You got to get eyes. You got to block the eyes. Thompson shoots just out of the reach, and McQueen skillfully knocks it down, but he can't keep it in.
Couldn't quite keep it
Leach takes a run at McQueen, but McQueen plays it off the boards. And that should, with 3, 2, and 1, conclude matters here in the first period. A weird first period, JD. I didn't like the feel of it from either side.
From either side.
They weren't playing hockey. They were trying to play physical, and I didn't like that.
More headhunting than hockey playing in the first period.
It was a beautiful play. He jumped in the air. At 6'7", when you're jumping, you become about 7'3".
Yes.
Kudo keeps it in. Thompson has it. Thompson waits. Thompson plays it towards the net, loose. Barletta shot just wide. As the goaltender Weird lost his stick. Galdar plays it around for Kudo. Now the Thunder putting the pressure on. Kudo, back for Barletta. Barletta tees it up, gets through. Rebound Baker, just wide. Still loose. This is what the Thunder needed, a pressure sequence. Baker falls, but he still has it. Kyle Baker, Barletta shoots into the breadbasket of Weir, and he holds on. Now he's over. Forsyth in, shot Barletta off the glove of Weir. Turned over to Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice in the middle. Barletta shoots towards the net. Weir kicks it away. McQueen goes in with Leach. Leach puts it behind his own cage as we tick near 3 minutes to play. Hard off the wall to Jamie Forsland. The Irish line. He's flying. Spins around the back of the net. McQueen has his point pass cut off. Now Barletta better get on his horse. Irish set up. Is Robbins across. Good play there, that time by Reverie. Thunder look to break out with numbers. McQueen. Jamie McQueen works in. McGuffin has it, shoots just wide. Thunder can't cash in. Barletta. Back to McQueen. Reverie shoots off a leg. McGuffin chops at it. 18 seconds to go. Power play over. McQueen in the middle. Reverie shoots just over the net. Thunder cannot capitalize. That's off an Irish stick. High in the air. Thunder get caught napping. Here come the Irish 3-on-2. This is not good. Ray Robbins in. Across. Couldn't deflect it home. Thunder have nobody but themselves to blame there. And that'll end the second period. Can't get caught napping like that, JD. They almost cost themselves a goal. Absolutely 100% on that one, JD. Back to the point, Irish control. Spin to the middle. Leach fires it towards the net. Tipped in. Off a leg and in. Cooper Leach put it on goal. And I believe Buckhold 71 got a leg on it or a stick. He's giving it to Leach. And for Cooper Leach, another goal. And for Kudo tries to skip it through, and tricky play there, and it's a breakaway. In on Sagrot, and a 2-on-0, they score. And who else? Brody Smith, everybody's favorite Fighting Irish. And
unfortunately, we don't have a video review because it looked to me like that play was offside, but the linesmen were so far out of position that they couldn't see it anyway.
It was very close to offside and also very close to a hand pass as well.
Yes.
So. This officiating crew apparently needs a brand new set of glasses. I don't know if we have a sponsor that would be in favor of giving these guys an eye exam, but that's about 5 times tonight. Weir has not caught the puck. It's loose in front. And excuse my frustrations, ladies and gentlemen, and whoever's listening, but come on, if you were here, you would be frustrated yourself. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
A couple of fans sitting right here in front of us that obviously agree with you too, Trey.
Oh yeah, we got the whole arena. It's a joke. And just as I said, when you have a league executive and a general manager of a team on the bench and all he does is complain to the refs, it really does make you question certain things, but we'll play on. In the middle, off of a skate. Reverie can't find it. Irish do. Hoist it to the line, knock down Barletta, and it's a breakaway. Here comes Maverick Petrie. Petrie in, Deeks shoots and scores. And a little celebration for the Thunder crowd. And as far as I'm concerned, JD, that pretty much takes care of business here in Tillsonburg. The way the Thunder are playing tonight, they don't deserve to be in this game. They're playing like an uncharacteristic brand of hockey, a word that starts with S that I'm not going to say on air. Forsland, if this game can be summed up in one sequence of events, that's it right there.
Right there. We can't buy a goal.
And here come the Irish. They should ice it here, and they do. Dylan Buckholz puts it into the empty net, 4-0 Irish. McQueen and Robbins on the draw. Robbins wins it back into his own net. So they call Baker for unsportsmanlike. Not sure what unsportsmanlike about getting taken down for no reason. And that's a beautiful shot that time from Brody Smith. And they're just rubbing it in at this point. So just dump it in deep. That should end action here at Tillsonburg. Finally, final 10 seconds of the game. Congrats to the Irish. And shake it off, Thunder. We'll be back, and I guarantee you this is the only time this season we'll be shut out. Zach Weir deserves #1 first star in this contest.
It was literally on the whole time. I don't know if you said this.
Yes, indeed. Like I say, quite a number of wonderful contests. And again, as you guys can see from the highlights, lots of great action all around, and it's great to see week after week that we're seeing this kind of these kind of games from these kind of players that are just absolute talent, and it's great to see. From here, we go to the WOSHL standings update. We start up at the top there. You got the Petrolia Squires at 7-2, Tillsonburg also at 7-2. Petrolia has lost 2 in a row. Tillsonburg dropping 1 on Saturday against Stratford. You have the Strathroy Jets, who didn't play this past weekend. They still sit 6-5. They are 2 behind both the Squires and the Thunder. You have the Stratford Fighting Irish, winners of 3 in a row, and all of a sudden on fire. 5-3 is their record. They've really turned things around here with a couple of nice victories, and we'll look to keep that going. You have the Elora Rocks at 5-3 after falling to the Stratford Fighting Irish. They both sit in a tie for 4th with 10 points. From there, you have the Tilbury Bluebirds and Alvinston Killer Bees, both at 4-3, looking to get back on the winning side. The Delhi Flames at 3-4-1 have 7 points. They are 1 back of both Tilbury and Alvinston. They sit 1 ahead of both Woodstock and Dunnville. Woodstock Lakers, man, what can you say? These guys are on absolute fire, especially Kevin Hugh. Woodstock, winners of 3 in a row. They are now 3-5. They've leapfrogged over Dunnville for the standings right now. As it stands, they have a game in hand over Dunnville, who've played 9. They're 2-5-2. And then you have the Orangeville Blitz at 1-9. Blitz allowing a ton of goals this season. They need to just tighten up defensively if they look to turn this thing around. From there, we go to our league leaders in points. And Kevin Hugh continues his reign of terror over the league. He is first in points with 21 through 6 games played. He's played in 6 games, 13 goals, 8 assists for Hugh, and he has a 3-point cushion over Christopher Martin of Delhi, who's been absolutely unstoppable. He scored 2 in both games this past weekend, even though they resulted in Delhi losses. He is 10 goals, 8 assists, 18 points, tied with Ryan Trottier of Petrolia, who has 7 and 11. You have Jamie McQueen and Brandon Biggers, both with 12 assists apiece. McQueen at 17 points, Biggers at 15, along with Brandon Cotto and Chris Donnelly, Delhi captain, with 4 goals, 11 assists for Donnelly. There's 4 players there tied with 14 points, including Sammy Benga of Tilbury, along with Dylan Denemy, Damian Karingi, and Ryan Frazier of Petrolia. Frazier, as we mentioned, he's a defenseman. He's a lone defenseman that's up there in scoring. He's got a 4-point cushion on the next closest defender in scoring, and that is Chris Knotts of Tilbury, who sits at 10 points, 4 behind. You have Austin Jennings at 9, Jeff White at 9, Thomas Moxley at 8, along with Steve Farlow, Josh LaBelle, Kristen Lloyd, and you have Matt Fuller as well, who had a big weekend for the Stratford Fighting Irish. He now sits with 8 points. You have Spencer McCormick at 7, as well as Thomas Monroe of the Strathroy Jets, who also has 7. Our next graphic we want to show you is a goaltender graphic there. Number of goalies with 4 wins apiece, including Ryan Polidori, Evan DeBrouwer, Brandon Campbell, Matt Sagrot, and Colin Dunn. From there, your 3-win goalies are Andre Waugh of Tillsonburg, who's won all 3 starts, along with Sean Parker, who's also won all 3 starts. Darren Smith at 3-1. Ben Edwards at 3-4. This guy's been an absolute monster for the Woodstock Lakers. He has played in 460 minutes of action, and he has starred in all 8 games for the Lakers. Then you have Nolan DeConing, and then a couple others, including Zach Weir, Cody Odvashar, and Jesse Schumann, all with 2 wins apiece. From there, we want to check in with you on the power rankings and 3 stars. 3 stars this past week. Well, Kevin Hugh, I mean, he continues his reign of terror, like I say, on the league. He had 4 goals and an assist on the weekend, and he is your number 1 star. Chris Martin of Delhi, 4 goals over the weekend, 2 in both games, and he's up to 18 points. He's having a phenomenal year. He is star number 2. And then kudos to Zach Weir, a big round of applause for him, as he had not only the first shutout in the league this year, but the first shutout from a goalie this year in the league. And again, a big victory for him, as he started kind of slow to his year, but now he's getting on a roll here, and great to see him get the shutout over a tough Tillsonburg team. And then your power rankings, as you guys can see there, you have Tilsonburg, Petrolia, Stratford is up there now in the top 3. Just want to check here and make sure that I have this list right, because I don't have it directly in front of me. I do apologize. Let me just just check this out. Okay, so here you go. Your power rankings for week number 8. You have Tilsonburg, Petrolia, Stratford. Alora's in 4. 5 is Tilbury. Alvinston in 6. Strathroy Jets fall to 7. Woodstock up to 8. Delhi in the 9. 10 is Dunnville, and the 11 is the Orangeville Blitz. Guys, like I say, the thing with this power ranking stuff, and I understand that there's a lot of debate going on, and that's great. That's the point. Again, you guys might have different views of who should be the number 1 and who should be in the number 7. At the end of the day, it's generates conversation. You guys are open to your own opinion. If you don't feel like your team's high enough, great. That's the point. So please don't cry in the comments. Anyways, from there, guys, we go to and look at our upcoming schedule for this upcoming weekend. And there are a number of phenomenal contests. It seems like every week I'm saying that, but it does ring true. A number of 10-bill games here. It starts off with Tilbury at Elora. That goes at 8:30. It's a first-time meeting between the two teams. Dunnville rolls into Petrolia. That also goes at 8:30 over at the Greenwood Rec Center. Those games both Friday night. On Saturday, a 5-game slate begins at 3:30 in Stratford at the William Almond. The Petrolia Squires are in town to take on the Irish. This should be a dandy. The Tilbury Bluebirds are visiting the Woodstock Lakers. Boy, what kind of more magic does Kevin Yu have on home ice against a tough Tilbury Bluebirds team? Him versus Ryan Polidori, man, oh man. Whew. Let's see who comes out better in that one. Tilsonburg is into Delhi to take on the Delhi Flames. That one goes at 8 o'clock. It's the first at 3 at 8. Elora is at Dunnville, and Strathroy back on the ice against the Orangeville Blitz. That one, at 8 o'clock, as mentioned. But yeah, guys, like I say, lots of good stuff to take in there and lots of information coming at you, I know. But like I say, really do appreciate bringing this to you. And, hopefully you enjoy all the highlights and the posts and, everything else that I throw at you. And I hope it's not too much, you know what I mean? But no, I'm just kidding. All right. So from here, this week, we're very pleased to welcome in Jamie Petrie onto the podcast to talk things WOSHL hockey with him. And talk more about this game on Saturday, Stratford versus Petrolia. So without further ado, my conversation with Jamie Petrie. All right, folks, WOSHL podcast. We are in conversation here on the show, this episode this week. Very pleased at this time to welcome in Jamie Petrie. Jamie, great to have you on here. It's your first appearance on this podcast this year, and welcome again, pal.
Been a while, Raji. How are you?
Well, I'm aging well. Stress looks good on me, I guess. I don't get the joke because it's very cruel at this point, but I'm rolling with it. How are things with you, pal? I know that things have been pretty busy with you throughout the course of this season so far. How's everything going on a personal note?
Good. Yep. Personally good. My daughter got married, at the start of the season. Today was Grandpa Day. So spent some time with grandson Teddy and my youngest son Mason. So personally, things are well.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Obviously, again, it's much more than hockey than what we're dealing with here. And everyone's going through personal stuff. So it's not a bad idea just to check in on the personal side of things before you get into the hockey side of things. First thing I want to ask you about is Stratford. So we'll dive into that first, because the Stratford Fighting Irish had a killer weekend. I mean, talk about a resurgence, if you will, because your team didn't start out so hot, but to get 2 wins in 2 nights this past weekend against 2 top tier teams in Elora and Tilsonburg, one of them being a shutout, the league's first this year, and Zach Weir, who looked unreal after starting 0-2, he's now looking prime Zach Weir. Talk about the Irish for a little bit and your take on that.
Well, you just can look at the schedule, the results that we started off slow. I don't believe that it's a hangover. You win a championship, stuff like that. There's no fault of the schedule. It's on us. We hosted a concert, and then we had two weddings internally, so we lost 3 weekends of play. I think a lot of it was just was getting on the ice. And then after getting slapped in the face, embarrassed, whatever you want to call it in Orangeville, there certainly wasn't a panic button set or there, but certainly a reset button, and there was a meeting, and it was mostly the players that spoke. We didn't get out of Orangeville for about an hour after the game, and like I said, there was a reset, and I think that Stratford, our team, had to get back to doing what we do. We have some top end players, 100%, but our DNA is tough to play against. That's what we are, with our speed and compete, and that's what we had to get back to. And for the most part, we did that the last few games.
Right on. And yeah, like I say, the results are there finally coming around, and you guys are moving up the standings ranks. Like I say, very impressive. Zach Weir, good for him, get the shutout and get the victory. Again, he didn't start off so great, but it's got to feel good for him. You guys are getting contributions from everybody, it seems. What do you owe that testament to? I mean, obviously, it's got to feel nice as a coach, even in that position, to know that you can roll out those lines and they can produce for you.
Yeah, and I'll back up the bus on Weirzy and our goalies, in both Schmidt and Weirzy. We weren't winning, not because of them. They were playing decent. We just had to strap on the work boots. And I know the cliches and stuff like that. We got to work harder. We got to get the pucks deep and stuff. But really, we had to get skating. We had not found our legs. So did Zach play well on Saturday? Absolutely. The first period, he kept us in there so we would have a chance to win. And Darren played real well. On Friday night in Laura. You alluded to the different contributions, and we're getting that. We're getting a lot from our D. I think we have a real solid D. I think most people in our league would agree with that. But we were short some key bodies this weekend, and so are all the teams. I don't want to, boo, sub, Stratford. That's not what I mean. I'm just fact. We were short some key bodies, but it gives other guys more ice time. It gives guys some PP time that normally wouldn't be on. It gives some guys PK time, but the big thing is, and I said earlier, is we had our legs going, and some guys who normally don't get that ice or don't even get in the lineup contributed. So that's big.
Makes a big difference, definitely. And I know you guys had a firsthand look at Justin Murray as well, your new recruit. How did you think he fared in his Irish debut? I mean, obviously a big name, household name coming in there. What was your thoughts or assessment on him?
Yeah, I think Murray's going to be good. I mean, he hasn't been on the ice.
Right.
He really has not been on the ice since he hung it up pro last year. Right. He was back at practice last night, but I thought, and I talked to him after the weekend, each shift he got better. Right. And once he gets his legs, he's going to be a force. He's got great hockey IQ. He's strong. He plays hard. He competes. I don't have to worry. He just has to get out, and that's on him. And like I said, he was at practice last night. He had the 2 games, but was he a bit gassed? Yes. But any person that has any sort of hockey IQ can see he's a pretty good player, but he just has to play.
Right. No, of course. Absolutely. And that's understandable. It's going to come with time. Let's dive into this upcoming weekend. Probably one of your stiffest tests. I mean, talk about the last 2 in Elora and Tillsonburg. Yeah, beast, no question. But now this is a new animal on Saturday. You have the Petrolia Squires, who sit tied for first, 7-2. New team to the league. They've got a lot of chemistry, though, from having played together for a long time. Take us through what your thoughts are on this matchup, because I think it's going to be a dandy this weekend.
Yeah, way back when Bill and I were trying to get this league rocking, Petrolia was on our radar. We wanted them to come over from the other league, and we got them this year, and they've taken off. I haven't seen them. I've only seen them through some video, but they're putting up points. I heard they're big. I heard they play hard. It's a small barn there. It's a good organization. It's been around. So yeah, we're pumped and looking forward to hosting them on Saturday. So yeah, I'm glad they're part of our league. That's for sure.
Yeah, and then to added to that is obviously this Baby Bow benefit game. this is outstanding, by the way. So kudos on this. Just want to read this little tidbit here. It says here, on October 12th, Parker Wembold and Jamie Rodriguez welcomed the birth of a baby boy named Bo. Unfortunately, he's been at London Children's Hospital for a few weeks now. He had very low platelet counts and has required blood transfusions. He has VSD, a hole in his heart. He has been on constant oxygen and an HG feeding tube. Bo was recently diagnosed with a rare genetic condition called Jacobson syndrome. The health impacts are a heart condition, bleeding disorder, and feeding tubes. He may experience delayed speech and motor skills, cognitive impairment, learning difficulties, and an increased likelihood of autism spectrum disorder. Although Jamie and Parker are anxious to get home with Bo to be reunited with Jamie's two daughters, that's let me see, Nyla and Lily. Nyla is 4, Lily is 3. It comes with some medical challenges, including feeding tubes, oxygen, and monitoring him closely. So part of this baby Bo game, $2 will be donated from every ticket sold. There'll be a baby donation box. They're requesting baby wipes, diapers, baby food, and girls' toys. Donation jars will be on site, and a team autographed game-worn jersey will be auctioned off as well. Bids will only be accepted on the Stratford Fighting Irish Facebook page. I think I got it all there. Jamie, can you touch on this event? Because first of all, awesome stuff. Way to go on this. This is outstanding. I love to see stuff like this in this league. Maybe take us through how this all kind of came about, and maybe if there's some more information that I missed.
Yeah, I'll update you on some information, but good read, Raji. And even when you're reading that, anyone that has a pulse, a heart, like it tugs at you. So I was contacted by the family, and I've known the family more from a distance, but some of the people on our executive and volunteers had known the family and this story this happened and got out there, and they asked, would we be interested in donating a couple of prizes for a raffle? Well, okay. Yeah, of course. And it just went one thing after another, and thoughts went one thing after another. Let's do this. What else can we do? And so that, hence we have the this benefit game now, and it's from all accounts I've heard, it's going to be a real good show in here. The thing that really tugged at me this week, I was talking to Parker, the father, and Parker's mom, the grandma. Everyone's coming. The family's coming, including baby Bo, and they're going to be out on the ice dropping the ceremonial first puck, and it's pretty cool. And I'm expecting a huge crowd. A couple of updates is we're going to actually have our bar open after the game, and we're going to have more live auction. We're actually going to do a couple of jerseys. We're going to throw in some season passes. We're going to have a 50-50 that the proceeds go to the family. So, and then all the stuff during the game that we'll be doing. So really, what are we doing? Not a whole lot, Raji. It's the least we can, it's the least we can do. Right. I've spoke about this many times with you and then other outlets. Is I think it's part of our job. We get good ice time from the city. We get great support from the city. We get partnerships. Well, some of that comes a little bit of responsibility, and then the responsibility is given back to your community. And if we can put a little distraction on Saturday for the family and a little money, raised for this family, then geez, it's something small that we can do. And I will add too that I've seen across the league similar stuff. There's some the owners and the team organizations. There's a lot that's going on in this league, and I think it's one thing that separates us from other leagues. And I take the hats off to all these people. So back to baby Bo, we're excited. Like I said, from all accounts, I heard there's going to be a huge crowd, and I hope they come with a ton of cash, and it goes into the jars, and it goes into the jersey auctions, and that family comes away with a small little smile and a real tough time.
Yeah, no, I couldn't have said it better myself, and that's well put, Jamie. Like I say, kudos to you on doing this, and it's going to be a phenomenal game. 3:30 this Saturday at the William Allman. It's the Petrolia Squires traveling to Stratford to take on the Stratford Fighting Irish. Jamie, do you have any sort of, I guess, last things you want to touch on before we wrap this Zoom in conversation on this podcast? Is there anything that you want to touch on?
For Stratford wise,
Or just Stratford League, anything like that?
I would say league wide. If people are following, which hopefully you are, you're watching. That's why. That if you look at the scores, with the exception of a couple, she's some real good competitive balance going on here. Bill and I were talking, late Friday night, and all the games Friday were 1-goal games. Saturday there was a little hiccup in one of the games, but I have full confidence in Tim Wilson and his crew that they will get it rocking in Orangeville, but everyone else is like, it's competitive, and it's exactly kind of the vision that any league would want, is that on any night, any team can win. So that's kind of what I want to add, is it's pretty cool to see. I mean, I can't get out to all the games and won't be at all the games, but certainly hear from the other people, and for the most part, I think all the teams are pretty happy that every night it's a game.
And the thing that surprises me is that for the caliber of good goaltending we have in this league, the scoring is through the roof this year, it seems.
There's some goals. Yeah. And,
You know?
and as we both know that after Christmas, when the ice comes a little smaller and we get near playoff time, it'll come down a bit. But
Sure.
But I look at, say, our two games on Friday and Saturday. Friday night was intense. Saturday was decent. And people are playing defense. So there's some real good talent. There's good talent straight across the league. Like, you look at
great.
each team, and you look at the bios on some of the players.
Yeah.
We're making strides in this league, and it's real good to see.
Yeah, guys like Kevin Hughes, who's been on an absolute tear. He's up to he's over 20 points now. Chris Martin in Delhi is having a phenomenal year. Ryan Trache is leading Petrolia in scoring. He's having a great year. And again, I think there's a lot of players that are in double digits in scoring. So that just tells you the talent that we're so thrilled to have. And obviously the streaming benefit that goes along with that. This is year 3 now, and we're about halfway through year 3. I mean, is this where you envisioned it being when you first started, at this point in year 3, or part 3.5, if you will?
I think that we could say we're happy with it for sure. The one thing is when the league it's fast paced, there's compete, but not a lot of BS. You're going to attract good players, and the GMs and the teams have did a great job on that, all of them. So I think that's part of it, is that our programs, are on ice. Whatever you want to call it, our game is attractive to players, and there's a lot of players that come back from pro, or graduate from college, university, and junior, aren't prepared to go to play straight beer league and still have a bit of that compete level. And this is a great avenue, and we're witnessing it pretty well every weekend on a lot of our games.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. And like I say, for being a part of it, it's just such a thrill for me. And, couldn't thank you enough for getting me involved on day one, and still having me involved, 3.5 years later. Again, kudos to you and all you've done and continue to do with this WOSHL League, and all this partnerships and everything with it. And the streaming obviously is a big touch, and just great to be involved in a partnership with you. So I can't thank you enough for that. So definitely appreciative of that.
Yeah. I'll hop on here. You did a great job. No, sorry. And I don't mean to hop on, but I want to say a couple things. One, you did a great job, and you're certainly part of the package here. One of the other things this year that I will touch on, we brought on a hockey operation team, and it's a group of fellas that oversee our referee, and they oversee all hockey operations, suspensions, and all that. It's taken a lot off Bill and I, that we're actually not associated with that. There was always the narrative that it was a Tilsonburg Stratford centric run league, which is kind of funny. Bill and I are still looking for the favors, but it lessened a little bit with Bill and I. Bill and I still have, a vision of the league and so on. But with the hockey ops organization and the guys there that are out supervising games and scheduling the referees and taking care of any, like I said, game day stuff, I think we've it's complemented for sure our program, and it's been good. I just wanted to add that.
No, absolutely. Well said. And well, there you have it, folks. If you ever are confused, confusion no more. We've been speaking with Jamie Petrie in conversation here. Yeah, always, right? In conversation with Jamie Petrie here on the WOSHL podcast. Jamie, it's been a pleasure talking with you, pal. And we'll see you on Saturday. Thanks so much for this.
Can't wait. And again, Raji, thank you for everything you're doing. That new look there, a little Jason Statham. Like it.
Thanks, buddy. Once again, I want to thank Jamie Petrie for coming on to the WOSHL podcast this week and speaking with us. It's great to have him on. And again, I know I'm going to talk to him aplenty throughout the course of the rest of this season. So, it should be fun. Hey, if you guys want to come on to the podcast, reach out to me and we'll set something up and I'll get you to come on to a Zoom call and we'll get that done. Would love to have you featured on here, so it's not just me. I know you guys don't like seeing just me on here all the time. We want to mix things up, and I'm all for that. But we'll get there. Want to thank 519 Sports Online. Want to thank VMF Sportswear and Apparel for their contributions to the WOSHL Hockey League and many others. Andrew Rogers, the host of the WOSHL podcast. It's been great talking with you, and we'll see you guys again next week. Take care. Be safe, everyone.